My grandmother and my mother, they kept pushing, they kept encouraging, they kept supporting. And I always felt that I could not let them down.
Hi, and welcome to On Purpose. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Willie Reed, the Dean of the Veterinary Medical School at Purdue University and a Zoetis board member. Thanks so much for joining us today, Willie.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to join you this morning.
I wonder if you might sort of share the story of when you entered first grade and your first day of school that you were so excited about, and then what happened?
I grew up in the southern part of Alabama, and I remember when it came time to desegregate the school that I was supposed to go to, that my parents enrolled me in first grade, and I was this little happy kid having a great time with my classmates and enjoying school. And all of a sudden, it stopped. I wasn't able to go back to school, and I didn't really understand why that was happening, but I discovered that the parents of my classmates were protesting and basically shut down the whole school, and I never returned to that school again. That was a very traumatic experience for me, and then that year, while my parents were fighting the system, filing lawsuits, trying to get me back in school, my grandmother actually taught me first grade on the front porch of our home. Little did I know that I was being homeschooled at that time.
So when you told people you wanted to be a veterinarian, what was their reaction? Did they encourage you? Did they discourage you?
Number of people that would always tell me was, why do you think you can do this? We don't know anyone who has ever done it before. Why would you be able to go to school that many years to become a vet?
You are an incredibly persistent person. Who do you think were the role models for you growing up that helped you just never quit?
Well, inspirations for me growing up had to be my father and my grandmother and my mother. They kept pushing, they kept encouraging, they kept supporting. And I always felt that I could not let them down. And that was when I developed that dream. And there was two veterinary schools in Alabama, Auburn University and Tuskegee University. And Auburn had been around a long time, but had never graduated an African-American vet. So I didn't even consider applying there and didn't. So I applied only to Tuskegee University, and thankfully I was accepted there. And that was the first time in my life that I actually saw a veterinarian of color. It was when I went to Tuskegee as a pre-vet student.
People probably aren't aware, pathologists play a really critical role in ensuring a safe and affordable food supply, and importantly, actually in communities. I wonder if you might share a story of the impact that you've had on communities by being a pathologist and sort of the important role they play in veterinary medicine.
I really loved diagnostic pathology because every day is a different day. It's detective work, and you have to bring together all the things that you've learned in vet school and apply it to a problem. For example, you have 1,000 dairy cows and you find 10 or 15 of them are dead, and you're concerned about, okay, what is wrong with my animals? Could all of them die? Could I lose my livelihood? So they bring them to the diagnostic lab, and as a diagnostic pathologist, I have to figure out what killed these animals, what made them sick, so that hopefully we can treat the remaining ones and protect them and save individuals' livelihood. So that is a very rewarding experience.
So you get your veterinary degree and you get your PhD, but I know you've talked to me and told me stories that even with all those degrees, there wasn't always a presumption of competence for you as an African American veterinarian. I wonder if you might share, what does that mean and how did that feel?
To have your competence questioned is hard before people even give you a chance, before they even know you. That's been challenging, and dealing with clients, especially clients who may not even approach me, but would approach a veterinary student before they would approach me with a question. And when the vet student would have to say, sorry, I'm not in charge, I don't know, go see him. So that's very disappointing when you have all the expertise and all the training, and still you have to prove yourself.
You've had such an amazing career over the last, 40 years in veterinary medicine. How would you define your own purpose?
Well, my own purpose was, I guess it's always been trying to give back, Kristin, trying to help others pursue their dreams. Because when I was growing up, I was around a lot of talented people, and they didn't make it. They could have achieved great things if they had had a little more support. They could have had that great grandmother that I had, or the great parents that I had, and others. If they had had that, they would have been very successful. And so my purpose has been trying to help others, because the people who helped me, I can never repay them, right? They're long gone. I can't repay them. But what I can do, I can help others.
Well, your purpose has had tremendous impact across the animal health industry. So thank you for everything that you've done. And thank you for joining us for another episode of On Purpose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.